points. We're super excited. Oh, look, got a man back. Yeah, talent. We're obviously excited. The first half was a little stale. I thought we could have been a little sharper. Give Michigan credit. They're a tough team to play. The press was good. They didn't get us much rhythm. The conditions were harder today than I thought with the wind and the sun. Certainly helped us that second half. And I told Spencer, I told him who won the toss. He said, we did. We're already up 1-0. It's a good job. Because that second half sun was much tougher. So we won the toss and elected to take it the first half. But yeah, I thought individual. I thought Thomas War came in, did a really nice job for us. I felt Daniel Muni was very good. Roman had some big plays. He's making some important exits for us. I thought we grew into the game. Everyone did, but I thought in particular, Roman, Thomas, and Spence, Dan Muni were some of our better guys today.
What goes through your head when you see Spencer take a shot like that, and just his ability to take it from that sort of angle?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we converted. We talk a lot about those, like, making sure we have a play at it. Mm-hmm. So if he misses it to the side netting, which I thought it was, honestly, I didn't think it was a goal. I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd like to look at it and say, Spence, did you have another option? Because usually you get an own goal there. You just put it hard into the frame, if you will. But he said he saw a little window, and he's technical enough to make that play. So.
And you've talked about him sort of transitioning his style a little bit based on the personnel, being a little more selfless. What do you see from him as you go through the thick of this Big Ten season, and how he's sort of adjusted to that change, and obviously still being able to find back?
Yeah, I think the start of the year, I think he was putting a little bit too much pressure on himself to get the points that Andrew was producing for us, and that's just an unfair example. I mean, Andrew had a unique year, and I think Andrew's, if he's even here this year, I don't think that number would be the same. I mean, just things were clicking. He was in the right spot. He would obviously be getting points for us, but I just don't know if he would be, Andrew would tell me he would. But, and I love Andrew, but he had such a unique year. And we just said, Spence, like, you're defending, and we have some guys now wide that, also are a little bit more dynamic 1v1. You don't have to get forward as much. Let them do some of that work, because this team's a little different in our strengths than last year's team. Mm-hmm. Last year was a lot more combination overlap of third man combo. This one's a little bit more get it to the wide guys and try to take them on. So just learning that was important, and he's handled it really well. And I thought he was, besides the goal today, I thought he was very good.
IU Michigan always seems to end 1-0 you guys the last few years. Does it have to do with them being a bit more offensive, or is it just a coincidence? Because it seems like it's been a lot of second half counterattack goals for you, like today.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, it's typical tight games, the Big Ten. Obviously, we got a few in the Big Ten tournament, so we were able to flip that. We had 3 in the Big Ten tournament, but they're good defensively. They're solid. They're well coached. There's going to be limited chances, and you can say that for all the Big Ten teams. And I think they had a few of their key attackers. A few of them weren't in there today, and I think that also even makes them that much more stronger defensively, because they're not getting as forward as much. I mean, Hallahan changes their team, but also pushes more numbers in the front half. So I thought they were obviously very well balanced today in Michigan and hard to play through. And obviously we needed a really good goal to be the difference.
I mean, you're halfway through the conference slate now. I mean, how have you seen your team fare, just in conference in comparison, just to the rest of the year?
Strong. I thought. I don't think there's been a big difference like in our non-conference play to conference play. I think we've had good segments in all of them, and some not so good. Like Kentucky, I thought, there were some good moments in that game, but way too many gaps. Today, I thought, again, there was some gaps certainly in the first half. I thought second half was better, and not because the goal came in that segment. We were just cleaner in general. So I think we're still figuring out like our rotation. We're still figuring out which guys can give us consistent minutes, and that comes with the youth. 1 week it might be Maloon, and the next week maybe it's Herb giving more minutes. We're still trying to get Ian Black back into the fold, and it's just tough when you have other players in good form to kind of force that when we know it's going to be really good when he gets that form back, but we got to make sure we're getting results in the meantime.
Coach, I know you're not big on talking about like streaks and past history and whatnot, but it's been almost 4 years to the day since you guys last lost a Big Ten regular season game. It's actually October 10th, 2015. last time you guys lost in a regular season Big Ten game. Do you ever kind of just sit down and think about that kind of stuff like that, or is it just kind of stuff that happens as you play?
I usually do at the end of years, honestly, and you know, I'm aware we have a good run. That's when I start looking at it at the end of the year and go, okay, what did this team do? What was unique? Kind of reflect on it. In the middle of it, you're just kind of so in your zone of what you're doing that the streak's irrelevant in a sense. But it's a great thing for the program, and I think everyone that's played here is proud of some of those numbers. But we're not winning the next one to get a streak. These guys just want to win that next one to get points, and that's all they care about. So we'll just continue to keep that mindset, and hopefully we can reflect after the season and say we have a unique streak still going.
Do you ever get kind of nervous with some of the chances that Roman takes there in net, or do you just kind of let him do what he does?
Well, he's courageous. We told him, you know, Michigan put a lot of balls in the frame, if you will, and there was a lot of balls as the game went on. They were putting, you know, in our 12, if you will, and he's got range. I mean, he's long. He's got good timing. So we said, yeah, I feel confident to go make plays, and he did. He thought he made some great ones. A few that he maybe could have stayed home. That's all part of it. I mean, he's a true freshman, and he's really coming. He's really coming on. I'm really pleased with all of our goalies. I mean, this is an unbelievable group. Really good group. I mean, every day these guys battle, and we would have confidence with any of our four keepers. And it's hard to say that with every cycle that you would say that you could feel like you go win a game with all four of them. I think we could, but maybe not as comfortable and confident. But these guys are doing really well.
You go scoreless second half against Penn State, scoreless the whole game against Kentucky, scoreless today in the first half. What do you tell your team at halftime to keep them motivated that they can still go out there and score?
I mean, to me the disappointment was just how we just weren't aggressive enough in our, you know, we could have been around the edge more. I mean, we're one of the top teams in the country creating corners, and that tells you you're aggressive. I thought we were a little passive. We didn't get behind them enough. We just didn't put their center backs and outside backs, you know, in enough danger, or shots from distance. And again, we could say that was the Sun, it was Michigan. So I just challenged them, like, not good enough. This is what a strength of ours. Why are we not getting back to that? We need I thought the guys that came in the last 10-12 raised it, and let's get back to that and add more to it. And, you know, it was better second half, but, you know, it wasn't our best attacking day. I thought it was an overall average attacking day in general. Some really good moments, but like not one that you're like, wow, that was one of our best attacking days.
Strategically, what went into playing Thomas for such a long amount of time today and having such a significant role, and how do you think he played?
Played well. You know, one thing I challenged the guys at half is like we just didn't have, like, there wasn't a feel, there wasn't a swag to the group. AJ usually brings that personality, and he did well, but I thought for AJ, he didn't have his mojo in that way. And, you know, Herb's not bringing that right now. Jarice is a very quiet player. He's still finding his way. You have two still young guys figuring out the center midfield, Aiden and Joe. And Josh doesn't have that bravado all the time. So I'm like, who could give that to us? Tom can. So that's why we went with him. And he did. He just brought a toughness and edge, and he's smart. He knew where we were wanting to get the ball. He used that physicality of them and was able to turn them and get behind and bring some guys in and dig out some second balls. And that was my disappointment first half. Like, we did not win many second balls at all. And I thought Tom just kind of stirred the group up to give us. Malone did a nice job with that as well. Just kind of changed the game. Sometimes it's one player. Sometimes in that case it was kind of a line change of the front four.
So when you're recruiting and also when you look at your roster before a season starts, is swagger something you look at?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, swag's like, it's necessary for any player to a point. I mean, in Malone, for instance, or Herb, like, they got it in a different way. It's just not a very vocal, so their inner confidence is there, but it just doesn't come out to the rest. So they need to maybe have the rest of the guys give them some of that. And yeah, we recruit a little bit of that edge and personality. Don't need. I mean, Gutman had a lot of swag, right? And yeah, so like he never thought he could, you know, lose a play, and he lost plays, and he wasn't always, you know, fantastic. But man, you felt him. That gives guys confidence. Like this guy, man, we'll get back in this, or if we're not playing well. He never felt like, and you feel that as a teammate, and that takes years. It takes a certain personality. I mean, Gutman didn't have that day one. nor did some of our other seniors. So that's developed, but also recruited.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Good to